All right, so this video I had to kick out a group of people who were trying to drink underage. This one was a one-man thing, so I had to do this by myself, and it got rough. I'm not gonna lie, it got rough. So the first part I'm gonna skip through because I had caught some dude smoking weed, and I'll make a video of that later. But guys, if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to show you how I do security and how I kind of handle situations that uh, comes up. I'm just going to fast forward it because basically one of the bartenders came up to me and said that the girl in the blonde is underage and she's trying to drink. So I'm watching her, and as you can see in the video, you see my bartender say you can't drink that. All right, so basically the bartender says she can't drink. So now I'm in the back making sure that, just trying to see what the problem is and just assessing it and trying to see what's going on. Apparently, she's saying it multiple times. I see my bartender getting irate. So I'm about to step in and get into this whole situation. All right, she right here, she is the main aggressor. She becomes a problem later on in the video. She's the main aggressor. And this whole situation, she was in the wrong. The whole situation, she's in the wrong. She's going to try to explain to me, a security officer, that she was able to get through an airport without having an ID. And she's trying to say she has her ID on her phone or this and that. I wasn't going for it. I told her my bartenders have a standard that they uphold, and if they don't have a physical ID, they're not serving them. They don't care if it's on a phone or whatever, because they're going to get their license taken, fined, and possibly face jail time if they get caught selling liquor to minors. Okay, so let me move this. Oh, sorry. Let me move this out the way. Okay. You can see she has on her shirt money pinned on her shirt. I didn't notice that, by the way. I didn't see that. Usually, when someone has money pinned on their shirt, that means it's their birthday. So I didn't notice that up first, but you'll see later on in the video why this is important. All right. I should have took that drink away. That the margarita glass behind her is her drink. I literally should have took that drink away, but I didn't want, because it was paid for. So the girl next to her, the friend, she could have just drunk the drink, and then that could have been that. So at this bar, we do allow, because it's a restaurant. It's not just a bar, but it's a restaurant, and it has to be open until the kitchen closed. So we do allow people under 21 to come up up top. Hopefully we change that, but because of this, the rules that we have, we allow people under 21 to come up to eat, but they don't have a strict 21 and up policy here. So this is where being vigilant comes into play. All right. So basically, I said, if you drink that drink, you're getting kicked out. If you don't have a physical ID, you're not drinking it. We're gonna skip past some of this. So here I go again. She's taking a picture of the drink. So I saw her taking pictures of the drink. I'm going to give her a final warning right here. So, so this guy's like, I'm not with them. At the end of the thing, yes, you were. You were with them. All right. I'm gonna skip past this part. All right. So you can't see it, but I don't know if I can zoom into it. I can see her. I'm watching her the whole night. I can see her in my angle. Maybe the body camera can't see because I'm a little higher up. My head's a little higher up. But I saw her drink the drink. Crazy as it might be, I saw her drink the drink. And you're going to see the bartender in this. She's going to nod her head to confirm that she did drink the drink. All right, now this is the difficult part. Unfortunately, when you're doing security, like it's it's not it's not how you do it. It's kind of like you have to do it in a way where you're not compromising yourself and you're still being assertive. So what I'm saying is when you're kicking somebody out, you have to be able to do it in a way where there is no and ifs or buts. It's this, you're gone. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not giving you a second warning. This and that. I'm not moving. I'm locked in, right? So it's more difficult to do this by yourself because the perceived reality that she's saying, she's probably in her mind, she's thinking, oh, he can't kick me out. He's not a police officer. I'm going to stay, right? But in reality, there is certain things that I can do to get somebody who is potentially about to trespass, because if I say leave and you don't leave, there's things that I can do to get someone out. And I tried to progress this very slowly because I didn't want to ruin everyone's night and I didn't want this to be a big thing. And I definitely didn't want to have to drag two girls out of the bar. Yeah, so she's the main aggressor. So she brought the drink. She gave the drink to her. She gave a drink to the minor. We already told her if she drinks the drink, everyone's leaving. And I told her that. Should have been the one that, like I said, I left that drink there. I should have took it, but because she paid for it, she could have been like, okay, I'm gonna drink my drink or whatever. I didn't want to have any problems with the bar or whatever. But usually what happens is the bar just refunds the money anyways. So next time I'm just gonna take the drink and just tell the bartender, hey, take this drink back. But yeah, let's go on. All right, so my first step was to let her know that I'm definitely going to have to call the police if you don't want to leave. Obviously, because she responded that way, it made it seem like, okay, she doesn't care if I call the police officers, right? So the next step is telling her again, if you don't leave, you're going to be trespassed. So I let her know you're going to be trespassed. So let me go ahead and go through the steps. So the first step, I say, hey, if you don't want to leave, I will call the police officers. Now let's see what happens after this. So I am starting to be even more hands-on. I'm touching her things. I'm grabbing her drinks. I'm letting her know subliminally, like, hey, I am being physical now. Like I'm letting you know I am touching your things. I'm using my hands so she knows that, okay, this guy is, he's about to, obviously be more hands-on with this situation. So I'm trying to give her as much warning as possible. But is it working? You'll see. She's saying calm down, and she's the one that's yelling. All right, refusing to leave. All right. She said, I'm old enough. I'm not leaving shit. Well, first off, man, I'm not going to walk away from this situation until you're getting out of your seats and leaving the club. So basically, I said earlier, I said you're refusing to leave. And now I'm going to explain to her that we want you to leave now. This isn't a public bar. This isn't a public area. This is a private restaurant. And we deem that we want you and your friends to leave the club. So I'm using as much warnings as possible, but as you can see, she's being more defensive. She's trying to stay. She's trying to drink her drink, and she's not trying to cooperate with the orders that we're trying to give her. So I'm about to call the non-emergency number. And then she looks at her and tells her to leave. So the method I used with this one, So basically, there's a lot of ways to skin a, skin an apple, skin a squirrel or whatever, rabbit. So she gave me a way to get out of this. Like, hey, she was like, I'm gonna drink my drink first, right? So I'll say, okay, go ahead and drink your drink. Now we established that you're going to leave after you drink your drink. So I said, okay, perfect. At least we got somewhere. We established that you are leaving, but you said you want to drink your drink first. Now, one way I could have been like, no, 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 you're leaving now, blah, 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 blah. The other way is she has a drink in her hand. This could potentially be a weapon. She can throw it at me, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Let's just get this out of her hand. I'm not going to move. Obviously, I'm going to stay there. She's not going to have a good time with me being there. She already knows that. I'm not budging. I'm not moving. I'm not leaving. She's causing a problem. She's not going to get another drink. She's not going to enjoy herself at all. So she knows that, at the end of the day, she kind of want to save her little pride and ego, but she knows she's going to leave. So basically, I gave her an out. She's going to argue throughout this whole rest of the video, but this is how I got her out of the club. Also, if you didn't notice, on her keys is a pepper spray. So she does have a non-lethal spray on her keychain. I did notice that. So I am already in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she could throw the drink at me. She could pepper spray me. But I know how to. I'm pretty sure she knows that that will be the worst possibility because she will land in jail. That is an assault, this and that. That would be the worst part. I mean, she already knows that I'm, thinking about calling the police, whatever. She's already trespassing, and I'm not gonna. If I get pepper sprayed, I get a drink thrown at me, she's going to jail. That's that. But we're gonna continue this. This is again, I'm by myself. I don't have any backup. This becomes a security issue in itself. So. Sometimes the best thing to do is be. See, she's trying to. She's that chit chat, banter, that chatter, whatever. She's trying to get a reaction. And listen. We already established you're leaving. I'm not gonna feed it. I'm not gonna feed you. I'm not gonna argue with you. I need you out of the club. I'm not gonna talk to you. Like she's trying to get like an argument. She's trying to feel like she's right and I'm aggressive, and she's not getting that out of me. Sometimes the best thing to do is just stay calm and use as little words as possible and let the flames die out. You do not want to feed the flames. You want to kind of like just let the flames die out. Don't feed it. Get the, eliminate the, the security concern as fast as possible, as quick as possible, and get the problem out of here. All right, now I'm using, so now I'm using, see, people, you don't want to put your hands on everybody, but sometimes you got to, a light touch, whatever. So I went ahead, again, I'm using my hands. I'm, being assertive as possible. I'm using my hands. So I grab her chair and I pull it to where she's starting to exit, because gradually what's going to happen is I'm going to have to escort you out of here. So I'm gradually progressing into that, and she's trying to walk a thin line to not getting manhandled and getting escorted out. So I mean, I'm gradually getting there. I think some dude comes in right behind here. When it comes with guys with me are more understandable because they know that my use of force is different from females to guys. If it's a guy, I'm way more um, uh, uh, ready to use force because it's they understand like, okay, if I try to be aggressive or this and that, that me, I can say to anybody that I felt threatened, right? If I feel threatened, I'm gonna you know use the correct amount of force. With her, I don't feel threatened at all. So my use of force is way different from a guy's. And most guys, they can see security officers and be like, "Oh, if I mess with that dude, he's gonna, I might get in, I might get in a situation I don't want to be in." So I think that the guy comes in behind us, and I explained to him, "This is the guy that said he wasn't with them, by the way." All right, so I'm literally about to drag her out of the chair and get her to the stairs or the elevator. So again, this banter, this and that. She gave me another out. She said, "Scoot back. I want to get out of the chair, Mama. Scoot back." Because she wasn't getting out of her chair. I kept on telling her over and over and over. But as you can see, she's arguing, arguing, arguing. So I say, you know what? I scoot back. Go ahead. Stand up. Walk yourself out. Do whatever you got to do. All right, so because she's the main aggressor, the first thing I want to do is get her out first, and then go get her friend and tell her to leave. The other friend is more compliant, so I don't want to leave. I don't want the aggressor in the bar. I want her out first. She's the main aggressor. I want her out. When I say aggressor, I mean she's very problematic. Um, and in fact, I told her, the one that was drinking, she had to go. She didn't argue or anything. She was very whatever, whatever. But when I told her friend, the one that we're talking about right now, to leave, she became more combative. So I want the one that's way more combative out the club first. And then because I don't like that. When you give something time, it grows. And I don't want to give that time to find a rebuttal, find hey, I did this. Like, I don't want none of that. I want you out. As soon as I say you're done, you should have already been trying to leave. But as you can see, I don't want to have to go find her. She's in a bathroom hiding or this and that. I need to keep my eyes on this one. So. So again, like even the guys, like when it comes to dudes, like they know like, yo, bro, I don't want no problems. I never really. The only time I really have problems with guys is if they're too drunk, and when they're too drunk. See me, some security officers, like, they become aggressors as well. Some security officers can't handle this dialogue without, losing their calmness or losing their temper. The best thing to do when you're dealing with someone who's combative is to maintain your cool levelness, maintain your head, and just try to get try to find the lowest common denominator, right? So with her, like, finding that, hey, drink your drink. All right, give you space to leave. Um, you know, get like this touching, like, all this, don't touch me, this, that. We can avoid all of this, but you're not being compliant. So you can't feed into it. You can't get yourself emotional when dealing with this. Obviously, yes, raise your voice, let your voice be heard, be assertive. You don't want to come in and be like, hey, ma'am, can you please leave because you let the girl next to you drink and she's underage or she doesn't have her license, please? Like, you got to be time to leave, time to go. You can't just try to. There's different ways to do it, but the main thing is make sure that you move assertively. You're a brick wall. Nothing can get past you. Nothing can get over you. When you see things, make sure that when you see it, you know exactly what you saw. Like, you can't question yourself, like, did she really drink or was I tripping? Like, no. If you saw her drinking, you can't, like, backtrack that. You can't question yourself. So yeah, we're gonna get her out of here. All right, and we always want to escort them all the way out the property. So, so she's trespassed. He's like, go get the other one. All right, so now I gotta go find the other girl. So with this, lightly escorting her by touching her back. See, when you're doing use of force, you always progress. You never want to just push her out. Like, you have to, like, lightly escort them out. Just don't don't overdo it. Don't overdo your use of force. Don't grab them by the wrist. Don't drag them. You always want to ask first, and then let them know that, hey, if you don't leave, this is what's going to happen. But they usually, obviously, they're going to push back on that. Like, no one wants to be touched. I don't want to touch you either. But if I say leave and you don't leave, I'm not asking you to leave. I'm telling you to leave. And as a security officer, you have certain ways in your toolbox to get people out of here. Never, when you're doing something, you should always do something where it's like, this, whatever I'm doing would not need medical attention later, right? So even, like, we have elevators. So, like, obviously when I'm doing this, like, if it was a use of force thing and I had to really drag someone out of here, I'm not dragging them down the stairs. I'm going to go to the elevator, right? But with this situation, we have stairs and they choose to go downstairs and they're being, they're not being dragged or whatever. I'm trying to, on their own will, go down there. But yeah, you do want to, if they're not leaving, sometimes you have to lightly touch the back of their, don't want to grab sexual harassment, don't want to grab their ass, their breast, things like that, obviously. So you got to be careful, like, where you put your hands at. But yes, you do have use of force in your tool. All right, this is when she snitches on herself. By the way. All right, so she just told on herself. She said she turns 21 at 12 a.m. She got here at 10:30 p.m. By the way, she turns 21 at 12 a.m. So she snitched on herself. Look at her face. She's like, wait, she said that? Look, you can see her smile on her face. That little guilty look on her face when she realized that she snitched on herself. Right here. She's like, what? Look at all that anger and all that, oh, I'm this and that. It just disappears. Because now she knows that, oh, fuck, he is right. Oh, he just found out that this girl is underage. And she knows that. You can see it in her face. She's like, oh, wow, I fucked up, didn't I? Yeah, look at her. She doesn't even... She's like, oh, now she's trying to switch the subject. Now she's looking at her phone and looking at what time it is. It's still 11:17, by the way. And she's trying to justify her drinking, which she's not going to find. And they're just going to leave. See, look, now she's like, haha. She was just mad. Now she's laughing. You see how that turns? Now she's shrinking back in the background because she knows that her dumbass friend snitched on herself and they got caught. They all got caught. And he knows as well. Like, remember the guy that said I wasn't with them? They're all together. Like, this is, like, you know, you have to, these are the things that can get a bar shut down, underage drinking. And you, as a security officer, this is a good look for you because you caught them. Yeah, 911. Yeah, 911. You're not leaving the property. You're trespassing. I wasn't gonna pepper spray them, but I had to, you know, sometimes you just got to say stuff just to say stuff, but.
Yes, call 911. 911? We're not sure. Yeah, go call 911. Yes, call. You want me to call 911? Yes. Go ahead. No, let's 911. All right, get off the property. Let's go. 911. Let's go. Let's do 911. Hold on. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Off the property. Stop touching me. I'm old enough to be on the property. All right, well, leave. Thank you. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Do I need to call 911? If you want to call 911 yourself, go ahead. Okay, right. Stop touching me. All right. Oh, and do not come back. And do not come back. Stop playing with
Yeah. So basically, it, you know, when you're dealing with security issues by yourself, it's obviously it's going to be like not 10 times harder, but 2 times harder because you're by yourself. Obviously, this would have been way more easier with somebody else because we would have had more. It would have been just way more. I'll say like not. I don't want to say threatening in a manner, but the seriousness would have been way higher when you do have someone to co-sign you and say, yeah, you're leaving. And if you don't leave, you know, me and him, her, whatever, is gonna escort you out. But as you can see, we got him out. It took all of 10 minutes maybe, but we did get him out. We didn't have to shut down anything. There was no craziness that had to happen. So there is ways to get people out who aren't listening and who are underage without having to cause too much of a scene. Yes, we did cause much of a scene, but as you can see, the people around us, they kind of just looked at it, but they were just basically seeing, you know, what they were kind of using their own like thinking like, okay, yeah, you know what, she's a problem. There was nobody kind of like stepping in to help her out. Even the guy that came in, he was cooperative because he knew like they were in the wrong. So as long as you're doing things the right way and not making it too much of a problem or whatever, then your security it is delicate. So there's, like I said, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, and you just want to go down the route with the least resistance, whatever you have in your tools in your bag. So yep, that's that. Again, if you like the video, you came all the way through to the end, please like, share, subscribe. I got way more video that I'm uploading. It's just how I deal with security, and you can kind of like see, the different things, different scenarios that I have to deal with sometimes.